Hey, how you doing today? We are continuing our daily reading of the Word. We're coming from First Chronicles chapter 27, as always stated prior to reading. Get to a church that has Bible study or Sunday school where the Word can be broken down and shared with you for an easier understanding. Also, get with some friends who share with the Word and break bread and get some understanding from amongst one another. Get you a Bible that you can read. There are numerous versions: King James, NIV. Get the one that best helps you. But most importantly, and above all the things I've said, call upon the Lord. If you knock at his door, he will open it up and fill you up with his wisdom. Amen. First Chronicles chapter 27. This is the list of the Israelite heads of families, commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds, and their officers who served the king and all that concerned the army divisions that were on duty month by month throughout the year. Each division consisted of 24,000 men. In charge of the first division for the first month was Jashabim, son of Zebeadel. There were 24,000 men in his division. He was a descendant of Perez and chief of all the army officers for the first month. In charge of the division for the second month was Dodai, the Ahite. Milcloth was the leader of the division. There were 24,000 men in his division. The third army commander for the third month was Benaniah, son of Jehoiada, the priest. He was the chief, and there were 24,000 men in his division. This was the Benaiah who was a mighty warrior among the 30 and was over the 30. His son, Amazabad, was in charge of his division. The fourth for the fourth month was Ashael, the brother of Joab. His son, Zebediah, was his successor. There were 24,000 men in his division. The fifth for the fifth month was the commander, Shemhuth, the Israelite. There were 24,000 men in his division. The sixth for the sixth month was Ira, the son of Ikesh, the Techite. There were 24,000 men in his division. The seventh for the seventh month was Helez, the Peleonite, and Ephraimite. There were 24,000 men in his division. The eighth for the eighth month was Zibekai, the Hushathite, a Zerahite. There were 24,000 men in his division. The ninth for the ninth month was Abizer, the Anathothite, a Benjamite. There were 24,000 men in his division. The 10th for the 10th month was Merari, the Nephiathite, a Zerahite. There were 24,000 men in his division. The 11th for the 11th month was Benaiah, the Piranite, and Ephraimite. There were 24,000 men in his division. The 12th for the 12th month was Heldai, the Netophathite, from the family of Othniel. There were 24,000 men in his division. The leaders of the tribes of Israel over the Reubenites, Eleazar, son of Zikri; over the Simeonites, Shapaz, son of Makkah; over Levi, Hashabiah, son of Kemuel; over Aaron, Zadok; over Judah, Elihu, a brother of David; over Issachar, Omri, son of Michael; over Zebulun, Ishmaiah, son of Obadiah; over Naphtali, Jeremiah, son of Azriel; over the Ephraimites, Hosea, son of Azaziah; over half the tribe of Manasseh, Joel, son of Pedaiah; over the half tribe Manasseh and Gilead, Iddo, son of Zechariah; over Benjamin, Jeziel, son of Abner. These were the leaders of the tribes of Israel. David did not take the number of the men 20 years old or less, because the Lord had promised to make Israel as numerous as the stars in the sky. Joab, son of Zeruiah, began to count the men, but did not finish. God's wrath came on Israel on account of his numbering, and the number was not entered in the book, the annals of the King David. Asmaveth, son of Adiel, was in charge of the royal storehouses. Jonathan, son of Uzziah, was in charge of the storehouses in the outlying districts, in the towns, the villages, and the watchtowers. Ezri, son of Kilab, was in charge of the workers who farmed the land. Shemai, the Raphanathite, was in charge of the vineyards. Zabdi, the Shiphemite, was in charge of the produce of the vineyards, for the wine was vats. Balhanan, the Gederite, was in charge of the olive and sycamore fig trees. in the western foothills. Joash was in charge of supplies of olive oil. Shatrai the Sharonite was in charge of herds of grazing in Sharon. Shephaz, son of Adlai, was in charge of the herds in the valleys. Abil the Ishmaelite was in charge of the camels. Jedediah the Maranathite was in charge of the donkeys. Jaziz the Higrite was in charge of the flocks, and these were the officials in charge of King David's property. Jonathan, David's uncle, was a counselor, a man in sight and a scribe. Jehiel, son of Hakmoni, took care of the king's son. Apithali was the king's counselor. Hushai, the Archite, was the king's confidant. Apithael was succeeded by Jehoiada, son of Benaiah, and by Abiathar. Joab was the commander of the royal army.